Okay, let's just dive right into this. Whey protein. It is an absolute juggernaut of a dietary supplement. In fact, it generated a massive $9 billion in 2023 alone. Whether you're an elite athlete, someone trying to manage your weight, or just an everyday person trying to stay healthy as you age, you've probably scooped this powder into a shaker bottle at some point. But with that massive popularity comes a swirling storm of confusion. Will it destroy your kidneys? Is it going to make your hair fall out? Is it packed with heavy metals? Today, we are separating fact from fiction. We're diving deep into the medical research and the absolute latest contaminant data to give you the real truth about whey protein. To get to the bottom of all this, we've divided today's explainer into 4 quick chapters. Chapter 1, Understanding Whey, Chapter 2, The Proven Benefits, Chapter 3, Risks and Misconceptions, and Chapter 4, Hidden Contaminants. Let's get into it.
Chapter 1, Understanding Whey. What exactly is it?
To get the clinical baseline absolutely right, let's look at the exact definition. Quote, whey protein is a complete protein derived from cow's milk during the cheese-making process. It contains branched-chain amino acids as an inherent part of its amino acid profile. These are not additives. End quote. So why does that matter? Well, those branched-chain amino acids, or BCAAs, that you hear everybody at the gym raving about, stuff like leucine that triggers muscle growth, they naturally occur right there in the whey. It's not some artificial chemical dumped in at a factory.
Now, obviously, not all whey on the shelf is the exact same. When manufacturers process that liquid, they create 3 main types. First up, whey concentrate. This one usually ranges from 25 to 89% protein, and it holds on to a lot more of the naturally occurring fats and lactose. Then, you've got whey isolate. This undergoes way more processing to strip away almost all of that fat and lactose, leaving a super pure product that's 90 to 95% protein. And finally, hydrolyzed whey. This stuff is essentially pre-digested. The protein chains are literally broken down so your body can absorb it incredibly fast. So what's the practical takeaway for you? Well, if you're lactose intolerant and you get that awful stomach upset or gas, or if you're diabetic and strictly managing your carbs, whey isolate is 100% your best bet. It ditches the lactose and gives you just the pure protein you actually need.
Moving on to Chapter 2, The Proven Benefits. Why use whey in the first place?
We've distilled the absolute scientifically backed benefits down for you. Naturally, it enhances muscle synthesis and recovery, especially, when you're actually doing resistance training. But it also does wonders for bone mass preservation in older adults by keeping the muscle strong enough to support the skeleton. It even has cardiovascular perks. It can actually help lower triglycerides and bump up your HDL. That's the good cholesterol. But here is what's genuinely fascinating. That last point. For diabetics, or really anyone trying to manage their blood sugar, whey is a secret weapon. Because it's so low in carbs, having whey with a meal literally slows down your carbohydrate digestion and triggers a natural insulin release. So instead of a massive sugar spike, whey actually helps stabilize your glucose levels after you eat. Pretty amazing, right?
So to get all these perks, how much do you actually need? Well, 0.6 to 0.9 grams. That is the optimal daily intake of protein per pound of body weight if you are actively aiming to build muscle. Now, if you aren't training hard, your baseline requirement is way lower, around 0.36 grams per pound. But for you active folks out there, getting up to that 0.6 to 0.9 range, that's where the magic happens. A solid rule of thumb is just aiming for 20 to 40 grams of protein per meal.
All right, Chapter 3, Risks and Misconceptions. Time to separate the facts from the fiction.
Let's tackle the scary stuff first, the liver and kidneys. To really understand this, we have to look at the exact clinical definition. Quote, protein toxicity is the effect of the buildup of protein metabolic waste compounds, like urea, uric acid, ammonia, and creatinine, often due to excessive protein intake and insufficient kidney function. Basically, when you eat protein, your body breaks it down and creates nitrogenous waste. Your kidneys have to work to filter that waste out. If your kidneys get overwhelmed, the waste builds up, and that is what we call protein toxicity.
But wait, here is the absolute game changer from a massive narrative review in the MDPI Healthcare Journal. It all boils down to your lifestyle and underlying health. For healthy, active individuals, resistance training acts like a buffer. The amino acids you consume are actively pulled right into your muscles to repair them, meaning way less waste is sent to your liver and kidneys to be processed. On the flip side, for sedentary folks or anyone with pre-existing kidney conditions, slamming a chronic high-protein diet is a huge risk for elevated liver enzymes, kidney stress, and actual toxicity. The bottom line, If you're going to consume a high-protein diet, you have to be physically active to give those amino acids a job to do. And if you already have kidney issues, you absolutely must consult a doctor before touching the stuff.
Okay, but what about hair loss? We hear this one all the time. Let's clear the air right now. There's absolutely zero robust clinical evidence linking standard whey protein to your hair falling out. Major health bodies like the NHS do not recognize it as a cause. So where did the myth come from? Well, it actually stems from a very common additive, creatine. A lot of those blended powders toss creatine in to boost your performance. One really famous, highly cited study found that creatine supplementation in rugby players actually increased DHT, which is a hormone linked to male pattern baldness in genetically predisposed people. So the risk there is totally tied to the added creatine or just your own genetics, not the whey itself.
Which brings us to our final section, Chapter 4, Hidden Contaminants. What is actually in the tub?
The Clean Label Project did some independent testing on, wait, let me get the number right, 160 protein powder products. And get this, nearly half of them, 47%, actually exceeded health and safety limits for heavy metals. We're talking arsenic, lead, mercury, and cadmium. Now, these metals do occur naturally in the Earth's crust, but thanks to human industrial activity and intense agricultural practices, they're making their way into the soil, the plants, and our food supply at totally alarming rates.
And nothing illustrates how shocking that testing data is quite like this. 110 times. Chocolate-flavored protein powders were found to have a staggering 110 times more cadmium than vanilla-flavored varieties. Why? Because cacao plants are notorious for acting like giant sponges that pull heavy metals right out of the soil. What's even wilder is that the study found plant-based protein powders were vastly more contaminated than whey-based powders. Honestly, certified organic plant products actually had, on average, 3 times the lead of non-organic products. Because whey comes from cow's milk and not directly out of the dirt, whey-based powders consistently showed much lower heavy metal contaminant levels.
So, with all that out there, how do you actually protect yourself and shop safely? Just follow these 3 simple steps. Step 1. Look for third-party testing. Check the label for certifications from independent bodies like NSF International or Informed Choice. They verify that the product is free of banned substances and heavy metal overloads. Step 2. Go with whey isolate if you're sensitive to lactose, trying to keep your carbs low, or if you're diabetic. And Step 3. Actually read the ingredient list. Avoid added sugars, glucose syrup, or maltodextrin. Those are just going to spike your blood sugar and completely undermine the health goals you're working so hard for.
Whey protein is an absolutely phenomenal, scientifically backed tool for building muscle, preserving bone density, and even stabilizing blood sugar, but only if you're an active individual and you choose a clean product. The sad reality is the market is just flooded with heavily contaminated, sugar-filled junk.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe our channel, which give us motivation to make better content for you. See you in the next video.